So charging is always going to be a site-by-site, fleet-by-fleet, case-by-case scenario. That said, through Run on Less Electric and the site visits that we have performed over the last few months, we've learned a lot about some of the similarities we're seeing in terms of charging, regardless of where the truck is operating. A similarity we're seeing is depot charging. So these early adopters of electric trucks are electrifying vehicles that typically return to base, usually overnight, where they're able to build out reliable private charging used to power those vehicles when they're not in use.
The installation of our charging system was actually fairly simple. We reached out to a company that helped us understand where the best location was for us, and that's where we put it.
We make a charging system with the truck, so it's a turnkey solution. We provide all the parts, and there's no worry about interaction and interface. It's all working together.
Currently, our charging ports are situated next to the break rooms on the campus to make it easier for our drivers to get to the charging ports and to the trucks. That helps with just the efficiency and keeping everything charged as much as possible.
Don't have to pay for it and don't have to watch the fuel gauge. It's nice just to plug it in and go.
We can only go to select gas stations, and sometimes you got to go completely out of your way just to get there because not all gas stations in Manhattan have diesel. You know, with the electric, it just makes it a lot more convenient for us drivers. Plug it in and go.
The fleet of electric vehicles that we have are primarily charged here on the campus. We also have public charging stations available for the general public to come and use with their charge accounts as well. And the rest of the time when the fleet is not here, they're being charged at home.
Start with the infrastructure before the tractor. Know your tractors, know what they need to do, then figure out how you're going to do the infrastructure. You need to have the conversations with the utility, you need to have the conversations with ownership on the property, you need to figure out how many chargers you need to do what you need to get done.
We need to not only look at your facility to see how much power is available, but also look at the charger and even the software ecosystem to make sure it fits within the fleet and your goals.
In order to become familiar with the trucking industry, we've done a lot of outreach with the fleets that operate in our areas. We've developed a transportation electrification advisory group, and with that group, we're able to engage with the fleets and understand their needs, understand the service connections they need from Edison so that we can support their transformation.
While we hear a lot about things like 1 megawatt charging or these super high power levels, what we're really seeing in reality is that most of these fleets are able to reliably charge these trucks using either high power level 2 or relatively low power commercially available DC fast chargers. Fleets are also considering things like their local utility tariffs. For example, are there time of use rates they need to be aware of where it might cost a lot more per kilowatt hour, per unit of electricity in order to charge during what we call high demand or peak times of the day when there's a lot of demand on the grid already. The flip side of that is they might be able to charge very cheaply if they're able to do it overnight when there's very low demand.
We've been with Frito from the beginning. One of the ways that we partner with them is by offering off-peak rates so that they can take advantage of time when power is cheaper to charge up their vehicles. We're learning alongside them, learning how these batteries will integrate with their grid, how we can best serve them, not just with a reliable power, but power that really meets their needs in terms of charging times and charging durations.